Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Greg M. Your Life on the Go with your track and field report. Talking about this race here in Silesia, Poland. As you can see, the 100 meters there. Look, let me adjust this thing here a little bit. Jefferson is on a winning streak. Jefferson Wooden, right? 10.66. Tia Clayton improved. Look like she's back in good health because she had some kind of injury or cramp that took her out in the finals at Jamaica trials. But she ran 10.82. Talou Smith, right? 10.87. And the other sister, the other twin, Tina Clayton, 10.91. So she consistent running sub-11s. Jasias Sears, 11 flat. Shakari, still trying to work our way through the phases of figuring out where she at, 11.05. Dina Asher Smith still trying to figure out herself, 11.07. Iwa Sabodo, 11.08. Looking Kempa, 11.25. So Jefferson, if she keep that start up, coming out the blocks, nobody is going to touch her. Nobody. And I think, she's my favorite right now. You know the reason why? She can keep her composure. Julian Alfred tends to get a little tight when she has the pressure on her. She's not fluid like I would like her to be in the last 20 meters or so. That you would like to see people keep their relaxation and prevent themselves from decelerating. Melissa Jefferson, she just keep motoring away. You know what I'm saying? She don't back down. And if you notice, Tia Clayton was on the outside. She didn't really get a good start, but she was motoring coming back on the outside. And I don't think anybody even noticed her. I think she caught Talou Smith, right, by surprise. And got her for a personal best 10.82. And a nice comeback because she's been having some issues. And the other twin was the one, Tina Clayton, that was taking the lead. But now Tia Clayton is like, hey, I'm here, I'm back. And she's, the women's 100, it's a funny thing, Consistency is the name of the game. Same thing for the men in any of the events. Is what you do the day, the big day, the moment. If you can keep that consistency going, make it through the rounds, the heats, the semifinals, and then come ready, putting your race together for the finals. Race management is going to boil down to. And right now, it looks like a few people are still trying to improve. Some people are going to have it rough if they still can show a little bit better sign. So I like where I sit. Tia Clayton. It looks like Talou Smith is coming to do something this year again because she's always been pushed out the medal rounds. Shakari, everybody's waiting to see if she's going to rise all of a sudden. But if she's not looking good in the rounds, you can't say it's over unless she pull off a miracle in the semifinals. But, we all have to stand by and say, none of us have a crystal ball. And we don't know what the next month of preparation going to be like for all these athletes as far as sharpness. So, let me go back here. I came all the way out. I didn't want to go all the way back. So, the women's 200, my girl, Sharika Jackson, still looking not sharp. She didn't even look that strong. She got out after that first 100 off the bend, and it looked like she was trying to pull away, and she couldn't pull away, and the other lady started challenging her, right? Brittany Brown and Favor Feely. And she kept pumping. She kept driving with her arms. And she was able to pull it off 22.17. But it's not comfortable at this point, being it's the middle of July now. We have basically just 1 month left. If she had ran like at least a comfortable 21.9 or 21.8 or something like that, we can say, yes, it's possible she could come back down to the 21.7s at least. It's probably going to take a 21.6 to win or 21.5. The way Juliet Alfred looked, she looked good in the 200 the last race she ran. And to me, I think Juliet Alfred is actually looking stronger in the 200. So I think she's also the one to beat And Sharika is just trying to still find her way. To me, she doesn't look smooth and comfortable enough yet and fit enough to challenge or to defend gold. As you can see, that's the rest of the result. Hunt from Great Britain 22-3-1. Everybody else is, Daryl Nita 22-4-4. Prandini. So at least, Sharika is back to low 22. So, but she still needs to break that 22. And she still needs to look a little smoother. I don't think her confidence is quite there yet. All right. The women's 400. What a race. What a race. For those of you who watch it on TV, Flow Track. Man, Nassar was out there. I thought she was going to run away with it. But Paulina worked her. I mean, to me, that can hurt your confidence. When you have the lead, you're out there, you think you have your race plan together, everything looking good, only to see Paulina coming strong and pass you. And, it seemed like Paulina was trying to decide, do I want to run this race today or just chill? And then she just decided, you know what, I'm going to go for the win. And she just came back and just win. When somebody can just ease up and just say, I'm going to chill today and then change their mind mid-race and say, I'm going to take this. That's what it looked like Paulina did. But not to take anything away from Nasir. 49-2-7, Paulina, 49-1-8, very consistent. I'm still looking for the women to run 47-6 to break that East German record. Marita Cope. And, couple of sub-50s here. Henrietta, 49-8-3, then 50 points. Amber Annin, 50.11. Natalia Bukovica, 50.16. Alexis Soames, 50.18. All the way down. Martina, 50.28. You can see the results. Lieke Carver, 50.3. Seda Williams from Barbados, 50.65. So at least the other women are holding, 50s. Sub 51. So, but to win gold, to be in the medal running is going to have to be, I think for gold, silver, and bronze, it's going to be 48. From low 48 to mid 48 for gold. Everyone else is going to be 49s and 50 point. And Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni, she's learning how to run the 400. If she put that thing together too, she could be the surprise to challenge. And that lady is a competitor, man. She's a lion. And I think she's going to come ready. And we'll see how she looks through the run. She's still making the adjustment from hurdles, All right. The women's hurdles, man. 12:34. Actually, that's not what. Oh, that's the heats. Women hurlers. Why am I getting the heats here? Women hurlers. I thought it was going to show me the finals. Why is it showing me? Because I know what's her name, man. She ran a fast time. Why is it showing me just heats? Women hurlers. Anyway, let me move on. Fenke Ball, 51.91. She's unstoppable at this point without Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni. No one else, is able to even get down to the 50, even sub 53. Everybody is like sub 54s. And only Fenke Ball is out there by herself in the lonely world. But she's consistent. She's the favorite for the goal for that race. Long jump. Jasmine Moore, 60.85. 100 meter. My homeboy, Kishane Thompson, came back and got his revenge, if you want to call it revenge. And I think that's going to be a confidence booster for him, because I think until he met Lyles and actually beat him confidently, he would have been going into the World Championship questioning himself, still wondering, can I take this guy? Even though he seems to have a lot of confidence when he does interviews. He doesn't question himself. But I think if he had lost to Noah Lyles, it would have been a mind game thing. You know what I'm saying? He needed to win at this point, and he had a good feel. Noah Lyles 9.90, Bednarik 9.96, Coleman coming back. Coleman is slowly rising back up, man. He's starting to show some signs of life again, 9.96. Bromell is coming back and showing signs of life, 9.97. Even though all those US guys ran fast at the trials, but now they only managed to get a sub 10, not a sub 9. But again, everybody's mindset is different and race plan is different, and these different races in the Diamond League is all going to boil down to how they manage themselves in the rounds come World Championships to separate the men from the boys. Courtney Lindsay, 10.05, Simbini. You look at Simbini, he just peak and is dropping off a farm. I wonder if he's going to be able to peak again in time for the World Championships. We'll see. Akeem Blake is kind of drop off too. He's down to the 10.11. So then that young Polish guy, 10.32. But only thing with Kishane, he looks powerful. He has a powerful start. He paws out in that first 20-30. And he's out there for a while for the first 80. But that last 20 doesn't look comfortable. He looks tight. Yeah, I need for him to be a little bit more smooth, maintaining that form. He's kind of decelerating a little bit too fast for me. But he's out there so fast and powerful. But as you notice, Noah Lyles was again coming like a freight train, to come back at him again. So you have to be careful. Noah Lyles just get back in the shape. Don't rule him out. So, but Kishane Thompson, again, it's all going to boil down to the rounds, how each of these guys manage the rounds and how they keep their head. You know what I'm saying? Who can outdo who with the mind games and all that, psych each other out. I don't think anybody's psyching out Kishane Thompson. But you know what? No is missing from this race. Oblique Seville is still my favorite. If this boy is healthy, because I think he would have won gold in the Olympics and he just flapped out with 9.92, which was still fast. For him to get a leg pain for a tight race like that where everybody running sub 9s and you pull up that so close to the finish line, it's going to be tough. And he's been fought twice in major championships. And I think this is his year. But my only concern is him staying healthy. To me, he's a little fragile. And I think that's why he's not racing all the Diamond Leagues, which is a smart move. And still working on, staying healthy and making sure he's more ready for World Championship. Because to me, Seville is my favorite. Everybody is with Kishane Thompson and Noah Lyles. I think Oblique Seville from Jamaica is going to shock everybody. Everybody know he has the potential and the gift to and the talent to pull it off. This man has run several sub-8s himself. He never hit he made major finals but not medal. And I think this is his year. Remember that. All right, so let's see. I know a lot of y'all probably see all the results already. 400 hurdles, man. Warholm looking, again, strong. You know what I'm saying? So 46.28 is no joke. Everybody else, 47. Ezekiel, Samba, 47. Those guys were the tops, man. Rashawn Clark, 48.81. So he has some work to do. He's still fine-tuning himself, I think, that young man. I still look for him to be in the finals of World Championships. Will he medal? Not sure. Ryan Benjamin from the US is going to be challenging again. What the high jump look like? Amish Kerr was the winner. Javon Harrison, 2.28. Romain Beckford, homeboy, 2.25, fourth. So that's the result for the high jump. Pole vault. Man, that Duplantis. Can anybody beat that man? Even on a bad day, that man is still top 2, top 3 on a bad day. But he's got to be the most consistent track and field athlete ever in the history of this modern time of track and field. especially with pole vault. Shot put, Peyton from the US, Leonardo, Fabry, Kovacs, my homeboy Campbell, 21, 5 years. I think he's going over to Turkey. You know, they're not happy with the treatment from Jamaica. These Turkey offering them a lot of money. Javelin throws, as you can see, 83.6. 110-meter hurlers. I didn't see this race on the tube. Let me see. Cordell Tinch, 1303. Grant Holloway, 1315. So Grant been getting beat lately. It's catching hell now. You know, it's harder for him to keep winning all the time. Edwards, 13-2. Enzo, 13-2. Orlando Bennett, 13-2-5. Parchment, 13-2-7. So Parchment struggling. How about that women's 800, man? They were saying this is Kelly Hodgson's first race after how much, practically the whole year since the Olympics. And look what she came with. 154.74 all by herself. Lillian, 156, which is no slouch time, was trailing behind. But it was a fast race regardless. 154.56, 156, 157, 157. I mean, look at that 157. Those women were rolling, except for Hutchinson, that nobody could touch. Man, I'm curious to see if I think she have a good chance to break the world record this year, because she's not going to be burnt out, and her legs are look like, if she keep healthy, because apparently she was getting over injuries. If she stay healthy, man, she should be all right. And it looked like that's the major events that I wanted to cover. But I haven't done a video for a while. I just wanted to come in and give my 2 cents. The marquee races, of course, is 100, 200, 400, 4 hurdles, 800, 1500. Those are my events. You know, I like the field events too, to see who's going to pull it off. You know, but, you know, being a former sprinter myself and 2-time Olympian for Jamaica, I was a relay specialist, of course. Oh, and the relays. I think the relays are going to be the most competitive ever this year, especially now that Jamaica is back in the runs. And it's going to boil down to who can, you know, manage the handoffs. Because it's not to the fastest, but who can keep the stick going along with that speed. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Jamaica has a chance to come out and pull gold. Because we have several guys doing the thing. We got Lavelle. Well, I hope we can get him on the relay. If he keeps running 9.8s and keep improving in that 200, you know, I think the way he's looking, he might get down to a 19.5, which could give him gold. There's no guarantee the men, no Lyles is going to get back to 19.4 or 19.3. You know, it seems like 19.5 and 6s, you know, low 19.6s to 19.5, mid 19.5s is going to be what's going to get gold for this year. You know, but I'm always up for surprise. And with Sydney McLaughlin coming in the women's 400 meters and the talent that she has, let's see if the women are finally going to hit sub 48. That's what I'm looking more towards, that than even the 100 meters. I would like to see the women pull off sub 48. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents, just to go over some track and field with you guys. I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, but every now and then I'll still be chiming in. I put, you know, results on my posts on the section where you post articles and stuff. So sometimes I put results over there and just do different things. But I've not been as consistent with my videos, but I wanted to cover this because I think this weekend was an important weekend to see who's going to be who and who we're going to make some predictions for Tokyo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now. Until next time, who is going to be your favorite? Who is your 100 meter favorite? Who are you picking for your winners? 100, 200, 400, 800, you name it. 400 hurdles. Who y'all picking? Right? 100 meter hurdles is going to be challenging. And it's going to be exciting because, you know, that's the thing, the unknown, you know. Everybody can put their analysis and statistical information, get real technical with this. But in the end, it's all going to boil down to how each athletes are looking through the rounds. And that's when you're going to be able to give a better prediction. All right. But we'll talk next time. I'm out.